Your homework is to memorize this and write it 15 times.
Welcome to the coolest, hippest half hour of fun on TV. This is Brain Stew with Jennifer Pulley.
Ready for takeoff? This week, Brain Stew is back on the USS Enterprise for part 2 of our show on force, motion, work, and energy. The Enterprise gets its energy to move from nuclear fission, and you don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand how it works. What keeps the crew of 5,000 energized to do their work? Hungry yet? Yummy. Hey, don't run off to the kitchen. Brain Stew will feed your brain. We're cleared for takeoff. Next stop, the USS Enterprise. You ride backwards, right? Working, I'm working, we're all working. What does the word work mean to you? Does it mean doing your homework? Does it mean doing your chores? Well, scientists think that work is done only when a force makes something move in the same direction as the force. So, the more force you use to move an object a certain distance, the more work you do. Okay, so you got it, force, motion, and work. Well, in order to do work, to create a force, to make a motion, like that helicopter over there, it's so loud, you gotta use energy. That helicopter is using energy. I have energy, and I'm using it. Energy is all around us. Everyone uses energy. I use energy. I eat food to give me energy. That helicopter, it uses gasoline in its engine to create energy so it can move. Energy's everywhere. The USS Enterprise, the aircraft carrier that I'm on, needs nuclear power in order to create energy so it can move across the ocean. In order to do any work at all, there must be a source of energy. See these jets all around me? Well, they need energy to get off this aircraft carrier. Let's go talk to a friend of mine, Petty Officer Cardella. He's going to show us how jet engines work, how they get energy to get off this aircraft carrier. Hey, you remember Sir Isaac Newton? He had 3 laws of motion. Well, the 3rd law of motion stated that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Well, that explains how jet engines work. How do jet engines work?
Just like you said, the air comes in the engine, and what it does is it basically just compresses like you take water into a cup and add some air to it. And it's shot through the engine with the compressor spinning. It comes out the turbine, which is turned into kinetic energy, which is another form of what we're talking about. And it's shot out the afterburner or the rear of the jet engine, depending on what kind of jet engine, at an increased velocity, which increases your thrust.
Whoa. Say that again. This is the real jet engine? I mean...
In fact, this is the same kind of jet engine that the flight demonstration team at Blue Angels uses in their jets.
You're kidding me. It doesn't look, I don't know, I guess I just thought, you know, I mean, to create so much power and thrust, I just thought that it would be bigger.
There's all different kinds of sizes engines. This one happens to go in the F/A-18 Hornet.
Okay.
Say, for example, the engine that goes in the F-14 Tomcat, which is real popular with Top Gun, is a lot bigger. But they create almost the same amount of thrust. It's the new technology that's just increasing what can be done with the smaller amount of space.
And there's not just one of these
No, there's
in
two
a
in
Hornet.
each
There's
aircraft.
two in
Yes,
each
there is.
aircraft. How much does an engine cost?
It's roughly about $3.2 million per engine.
Per engine?
Per engine.
Wow, I don't have that kind of money.
No, I don't either. That's why I fixed them right the first time.
That's probably a good idea.
How fast will a Hornet go with this engine?
Yeah, probably about Mach 1.8.
All right, yeah, what's Mach?
Mach is 752 miles an hour, so we got 8/10 of that. You add those two together, and this thing is a really fast engine, considering there's two.
Whoa. Now, when the Hornet takes off from the catapult system on the
Yes.
Enterprise, it's not going Mach.
No, it's not. It's taking off at approximately 150 knots per hour.
Okay, and 150 knots per hour. about,
Equates to about 172 miles per hour.
Wow, that's intense. Now, I've seen Top Gun, right? What's afterburner mean?
Afterburner is like a what it is secondary burning of fuel. It's almost like a secondary carburetor to somebody who would know a car. What it does is it increases the thrust of the engine. This engine happens to put out about 16,500 pounds of thrust. Without the afterburner, it probably put out about 10.
And the afterburner is when it gets that glow? Is that
The
right?
afterburner is when you've got the flame coming out the back, which is the burning of the fuel.
That's the cool part. Okay, so we got the afterburner down there.
Right.
What does this have to do with the afterburner?
This is the intake, and the air coming in the aircraft is taken in by the intake, which is broken down into several sections. Happens to be 14 on this engine. And what it is, compressed and spit out the back in the afterburner. The intake is an integral part of the engine because along with the air exiting the engine, the air entering the engine has to be just right, or you have what they call as a compressor stall, which basically is like a car stalling. It just chugs out and stops. And you really don't want that at about 30,000 feet.
Now that Newton fellow, in his third law of motion, stated that for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. What is the action here, and what is the equal or opposite reaction that's happening?
Okay, the action here is the air enters the engine through the intake and is compressed through a number of stages, as I talked about earlier.
Like right
And what
through
it
here?
does, right. The compressor starts here and it ends here. There's two compressors. There's a high pressure and a low pressure. And what there is, there's a high pressure and low pressure turbine. And the air coming off of the compressor drives the turbine,
Okay.
which in turn gives you your speed and your power, and also drives your accessory, which are like added parts to a car.
Wow. It's a pretty fast car you're fixing up here.
Just a little bit.
Officer Cardella, thank you.
Not a problem.
I really appreciate it. You know tons about this engine, and I really appreciate you sharing all this information with us.
Anytime, you know, and if you ever come again and bring some little ones with you, I'd be more than happy to show them because it's a fun job, it really is.
That's great. Good, thank you. You guys, this ship is huge. I don't even know where I am anymore. Well, I do know who I'm with. I'm with Ted Frederick, and you are the reactor
officer.
Well, it's so nice to meet you. Now, please tell me where I am. Where am I?
We're on the fantail, about as far to the end of the ship as you can go,
Wow, all the way at the end. And that's why we have these planes coming in over our heads.
flying over our head.
Okay, now we've been talking about energy, and you know how we get energy. We know how the jets get energy.
How does the Enterprise get its energy to move?
Well, we have.
Uh-oh, here comes that plane.
Oh, here comes the airplane.
Yeah.
Okay, we have 8 nuclear reactors on board. Of course, and what the nuclear reactor does is we have what they call fission of a uranium atom, and that's where a uranium atom splits basically in half. When that uranium atom splits, the two parts that it splits into have less energy than the uranium atom did to begin with. It's kind of like my 2 youngest kids. If you put them in the same room, they make a lot more noise than if you split them up into 2 separate.
I can understand that. I teach school. I can understand that.
So they have a lot less energy, but we can't just get rid of that energy. Since we can't destroy it, we use it.
That's right. Energy is neither created nor destroyed, right? Uh-oh, here comes another one.
Here comes another one.
So they split and they have less energy.
They have less energy apart, and the energy that we take out of that,
Yeah.
we turn into heat, basically.
Okay.
Okay? So inside the nuclear reactor, the atoms are splitting, they're producing a lot of heat. That heat is used to heat up what we call the primary system, the primary coolant system. Okay? And that primary coolant system is highly pressurized, so that the water doesn't boil. It's kind of like water boils at higher temperatures, at higher pressures.
That's right.
Okay? So we pressurize that water so that it doesn't boil. It gets very hot. It goes out into what we call a steam generator. But what happens in the
Okay.
I just make steam.
Oh, okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Then that steam then is taken out of the steam generator. It goes in to drive the 4 engines.
So you're telling me that this ship runs on steam?
Right.
That's incredible. I thought for sure it would be gas or some kind of a fuel.
No. We don't even burn gas to drive the ship.
That's incredible. So you guys go pretty fast, right?
We can go pretty fast.
I know you can't tell me.
Not exactly.
You'd have to kill me, so you don't want to do that. We don't want any of that. It's classified information. About how fast do you think the steam right now is causing the USS Enterprise to go?
Probably about 10 knots. A knot is about 1.1 miles per hour.
Okay.
So about 11 miles per hour.
Wow. I mean, it looks like we're going so much faster than that. You know, it really does.
It's the wind.
Yeah. So Ted, let me get this straight. If this ship, this aircraft carrier, runs only on steam, or mostly on steam, then you're telling me there's no gasoline aboard? You don't need gas?
No. We do have gas.
Oh, okay.
But only for the airplanes. We have about, 2.7 million gallons worth of gas.
But you don't use it to fuel?
Nope, not for us.
For the ship?
Which gives us the ability, the ship the ability to steam a long way without having to get gasoline or stop anywhere for...
So nuclear power is more efficient then, we'd say that, than gasoline?
I don't know if it's more efficient, but it certainly lasts longer.
Yeah, you can stay out here for...
Yes, stay out longer, go faster where we need to go, because we don't have to slow down.
That's incredible. That's great. Well, I just want to thank you so much. There's another plane coming in, so, you know, I'm going to get in before my ears go here. But I just wanted to thank you so much for giving us the tour of the fantail.
No problem.
And telling us about the nuclear reactor.
There you go.
Hey, what does it take to keep the energy level high on a carrier? Food, of course. We'll see how 2,500 men and women are fed. I'm hungry. Don't go away. I'm hungry. Okay, we got work and energy, right? They're related. In order to do work, you gotta have energy. I'm starving. I'm here with Don Holmes. He's the chow boss here on the USS Enterprise. Okay, the heart of your ship. We've been seeing the planes. They seem pretty exciting. What's the heart of your ship, though?
The people. Everyone knows that.
Okay, now these people don't eat gasoline like those planes do. How did they get their energy so they can work and do their job?
What's funny you ask me that. We take care of the people on this ship. We feed them round the clock, 24 hours, 7 days a week. And that in itself is just something most people sweat when 10 people visit them. I have 5,000 that visit me 4 times a day. So we feed them round the clock.
How much does it cost to feed 5,000 people?
Not much. Basically, if you go to McDonald's, you're going to spend $4.
Yeah.
Go out for dinner. I spend between $23,000 and $25,000 a day.
Really? A day?
A day.
Wow! I'd like to see your wallet.
Would you like to go grocery shopping with a list like that?
No thanks, I got problems with my own.
So how much milk do you drink a day?
I drink about 4 glasses of milk a day, because I gotta get, my calcium.
Exactly. On here, they have to do the same thing. That relates to about 400 gallons of milk a day. I mean, the basic principles that we all live by as individuals, we still do the same here on the ship. We just compound it by 5,000. How many loaves of bread would you eat in a week?
My husband and I go through about a loaf of bread in 1 week.
Okay, on board Enterprise, we go through between 16 and 1,800 loaves a day.
1,800 loaves a day.
Loaves of bread a day.
You're making me hungry talking about all this.
Well, we've got some good chow that I'm sure you're gonna stick by and have lunch with us.
Oh yeah, we definitely are. Now, Don, I hear all these terms that you call where you eat, where the crew eats, right?
Chow hall, mess hall, there's a variety of names, but that's exactly what they call it.
Okay, so I got this. So we're in the heart of the chow hall here.
This
right?
is the galley.
The galley.
The actual brain center, production center, where we prepare the food that we serve the crew.
Okay, now I know me. When I need some power, when I need some energy, I will eat like peanut butter on a piece of bread, or I eat something to give me some kind of a boost.
So you want to get your proteins, you want to get your carbohydrates, different things that your body can take and turn into energy.
Exactly.
Crew wants the same thing.
Okay.
That way we make it available. Our menus, we write with a large variety where they can get starches. They have to have some fats.
That's
we have
right.
to have that in
That's
there.
right. You can't eliminate it.
We sort of act as their mother. And I don't want to use that term in a bad sense, but it's in a positive sense.
Did you eat your greens?
That's
right?
exactly right. So we do provide that so that we can give them that energy that gets them through the day, that enables them to provide the energy for the rest of the ship. So it starts right here.
So what are we having today?
Okay, what we've got over here, we've got a little bit of rice.
Uh-huh.
Then we've got some pot roast over there.
Uh-huh.
And then you're going down and you look and you can see we also offer them potatoes,
Mashed potatoes.
mixed vegetables.
All right, good. They're the greens that
There we
Mom
got
was
the
always
greens.
telling us about.
Is everything made on this ship?
Everything is made here. We have no support external except for the supplies, the base supplies that we get.
Now, you don't have desserts here, do you?
Yes. We do have a bake shop and we have to make those
You gonna
desserts
take me
available
over
as well. Well, we can head over there in just a little bit. We sure can.
Good.
But basic ingredients such as flour, sugar, we use like 2,400 pounds of flour a day.
So pretty much everything's like homemade.
It is homemade.
That's so
We make
cool.
it here in our home.
That's so cool. In your home, and this is your
And this is
floating
our
home. It
It's our
floats.
floating home.
A little different from my home, but
What's the most important meal?
most important meal is breakfast.
Breakfast.
Ding.
So
I
if we
know that.
serve a good breakfast, we've got them off to a good start.
Yeah.
That not only affects their personal energy, it also prepares them for a good day. Now they're in a good positive mental attitude.
That's right.
They're ready to go out there and put their best foot forward.
Well, see, I always tell my kids in school, did you eat breakfast this morning? Because I can tell when they come in, they're like,
Exactly.
I can tell they didn't eat breakfast, they don't have any energy, and they have to wait till lunch. So from 9 to lunchtime, they're unproductive because they don't have the energy to do anything.
It's because they didn't get the right start.
That's
and
right.
that's exactly what we do here. But on a 24-hour work schedule, somebody's dinner is somebody's breakfast.
Sure.
So
It's
it
all.
always is like a
So
little
this
cycle
never
that
shuts
goes-
down.
Never shuts down.
So I can get like a midnight snack tonight
You
or
can
something?
come in at midnight and we'll feed you then too.
Oh, good. Okay, here's a salad bar like you were talking about.
Right.
What about like fruits? I know vegetables are important. How much fruit are we talking here per day for the
How much
Enterprise?
fruit? Well, let's put it this way. Last night we counted our oranges and we have 1,425 pounds of oranges just right now. And we issue daily around 100 pounds. So I have basically a 14-day supply. If we're extended sea periods and we can't get our fresh replenishment, we also have the canned fruits that we back it up with. So you're always going to get fruit.
Nobody looks like they're making a mess though. I don't know why you call it a mess. I mean, they're chowing, but I don't know why.
Well,
Mess hall.
yeah.
Nobody's making a mess. Sorry, my energy's kind of low here.
Well, Jen, I know we've done a lot of walking around that. How about let's go get some chow and get your energy level back?
Now you're talking. Let's go.
All right.
Take this thing down. What? Isn't that cool? Hey, up next, we're going back on shore to check out some books and websites on force, motion, work, and energy. Also, we'll find out how to keep your energy level rising. We've got a cool experiment. right back on the USS Enterprise, 50 miles off the coast of Florida.
I'm going to show you how force produces motion. Here's what you need: some scissors, masking tape, string, straw, a balloon, and a meter stick. Thanks. Oops, I forgot you need 2 chairs. Ready? Now here's what you do. First measure 10 centimeters from the straw and then cut it. Next measure about 4.5 meters of string. 1 meter, 2 meters, 3 meters, 4 meters, and 1/2 meter. That's 4.5 meters. Now take the string and thread it through the straw. Now set the chairs 4 meters apart. 2 and 4. Now tie the string to the back of the chair. Make sure it's as tight as possible. Hey, there's the straw. Now tie the end to the other chair. Make sure it's tight. Now blow up the balloon and twist the end. Move the straw to one end of the string. Now tape the balloon to the straw. Tape. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Release the balloon. The straw with the attached balloon jets across the string. The movement stops at the end of the string or when the balloon totally deflates. Why? Sir Newton's law of action and reaction states that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Remember Jennifer and Vern talking about that third law in part 1? Anyway, when the balloon was opened, the walls of the balloon pushed the air out. When the balloon pushed against the air pushed back and the balloon moved forward, dragging the straw with it. The string and straw keeps the balloon rocket on a straight course. The catapult on the Enterprise keeps the jet on a straight course also. The steam from the catapult along with the power of the jet engine forces the jet into motion. And the jet takes off from the deck of the Enterprise.
So that's what I was wondering. I wonder how many planes they can fit in this. What? Oh, I gotta go? Hey, you guys, I gotta go pack up. My car's getting ready to leave. Got a jet. That's my ride. I gotta go. I'll see you next week on Brainstill.
How much? Sorry about that. What is this?
This book called Inventors and Inventions. Sorry.
I don't know where I am. I do know. I know. Sorry.